In this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can pull live data using web query in Microsoft Excel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Open Microsoft Excel and create a new workbook. Let's pull a data from a website using web query. Let's go to bmwgroup.com and pull data from this website. Click on the report icon, go to financial statements, click on income statement, and voila, we have the income statement for bmwgroup.com. Now we want to pull this information into Microsoft Excel. There are options such as PDF and XLS, which is Microsoft Excel, but we want to be able to pull this statement using a web connection with Microsoft Excel, and we want to be able to pull any changes or live changes. If they make any changes into this report in the future, we want to be able to see the changes inside Microsoft Excel. Yes, of course we can copy and paste it just like this into Microsoft Excel, but any new changes made within that website is not going to reflect on this workbook. Basically, this is called static report or static connection, which basically you copy and pasting. But our objective here in this lesson is to show you how we can create a connection into that website. From data menu, go to from web and click on it. And once the menu opens up, now we need to paste a URL into this field here. Go back to BMW website, go up to the toolbar, Control C to copy that URL, and go back to Microsoft Excel and Control V to paste that address in there. And click OK. Now it's trying to make that web connection to pull that data into Microsoft Excel. And here we are. It pulls the information from the HTML. We can click on each table to see which table we are looking for. Yeah, looks like this is the one we need to import. And it has all that criteria in there that we looked at earlier. And we're going to click on transform data. Always use transform data because you can make changes. This opens up the Power Query in Microsoft Excel, so you could make changes. You could filter the fields you don't want, the rows or columns, and if there are any issues, you can actually catch them here before you send it to Microsoft Excel workbook. Make sure all the fields are okay, all the there's no null value in there. The web connection was able to pull all those categories such as automobile, motorcycle, financial services, other entities, and eliminations. It's all already included inside your report. If you look at it up there, you see all that is in there. In Power Query toolbar, you can make any changes in order to filter out any information you don't want. This is where you massage your data. That means you can filter out or make any changes. As you can see, the top row and bottom row is not the same header, so we're going to create the first row as the header. So the first row now is the header, and the information is complete. So basically we can go and load that into a Microsoft workbook, and we wait. Is making the connection and is pulling the information. The information is being pulled. This is the live data in your Microsoft Excel workbook. You can make changes to the color, how you can design the way you like to see those reports in different colors. You can go back and make changes into your filters. This is your filter. You can click on it. You can eliminate any column, any information you don't want to show in your report. Same thing goes here. Even for the names, you can actually filter out that contains a certain information or begins with certain information, and this is how you can select it using that filter option. Let me show you what I mean from filtering out certain information. Let's say you want to filter out only information that contains interest, like interest shows here, shows there. There's 3 of them here. Okay, we want to make sure that only shows a report that contains the word interest. So we go to filter, we go to contain, and we just go up there and type in interest. So anything contains interest, any word interest in that name area, it's just going to pull that. So as you can see, it pulled up 3 rows that contain interest, 2 at the beginning, 1 in the middle. So that's how you can filter out information. Or if I want to pull information on profit, I just click on it, go to filter here, go to contain, and then I type in profit, and it's just going to pull information based on anything that contains the word profit in that report. And this is how you pull information from a website. Now let's pull another data from another website. Go to from web, and once it opens up, paste in the URL of any website that you want to pull data from. We could click OK. Once it opens up, it's going to pull up the table information. Make sure you go through the table information, because if there are 3 or 4 tables in that website, it's going to list table 1, table 2, table 3, and you want to pull the right table you want. This is not the one I want, this is not the one, and this is the one I want. That's United States federal funds interest rate. Click on it. If you go to that website, you're going to see 1 table, 2 table, and 3 table. This is the table I just selected in that report, and that's the information I want to pull. Now let's head back to Microsoft Excel workbook, review the information, and make sure this contains all the information you want, and click on transform data. Excel is making the connection. If you look to your right pane, you're going to see 2 connections made. Power Query opens up. You're going to see your data in there, and here we go. It's a one-liner because there was not so much information we pulled. We want to do something different here. Now from the toolbar, go to add column, go to conditional column, and the conditional column opens up. Let's rename it to emoji, because we want to add emoji when a certain information is being pulled. From the drop down menu, select active, because that's the column we want to pull the information from. Let's type in the 5% value. Let's type in 5, and in the section output, we want to choose an emoji. Click on window icon on your keyboard and period. That pulls up the emoji screen, and select the emoji you want to show. I want to use this one here, that this laughing is happy. So close it and click OK, and this is going to pull the emoji. As you can see, it pulled the laughing icon, and we're just going to go ahead and load and save. We're going to send it to Microsoft Excel. We just told Power Query to pull that icon every time it sees a 5% interest rate. But what about if it's 7% or 6% or 4%? I'm going to show you how to do that as well. As you can see, data is refreshed, and it shows that happy icon based on that 5% condition. So now we want to make some changes. Go to the right pane and click on table 2, because that's the table 2 after the BMW report. This is the second table. Power Query opens up. Now we need to modify that conditional column. So if you go to your right hand side, if you look here, there's an icon, but we're going to tell the icon to show a sad face if the interest rate is not 5%, 6%, 7%, or 4%. Click on the gear icon that opens up your conditional column, and click on else. That means if it's not 5%, then it's going to be what? So we're going to use that Windows period to pull up the emojis. We're going to select a sad face here. Let's see. Okay, like this one here, like it's angry or sad. And okay, and okay it again. And this tells the conditional query to show a different face if it's anything but 5%, because the default value for else is null. We don't want null. We want it to show a different emoji face. Now if you try to refresh that manually, it's not going to allow you, because the right pane is already refreshing data at the same time, so you cannot have 2 refresh at the same time. Now it's showing the happy face because it's based on 5%. In the right pane, go to table 1 That's the BMW report we had, and the table 2 is the federal fund interest rate. And this is where you can make those changes in the Power Query, and it shows you exactly all the information that's been refreshed and what information, what date and what time it was refreshed. But we want to make another change. We don't want it to refresh manually. We want it to do automatically. Go to Data, click on Refresh All drop down, click on Connection Properties, and here we can select is every 60 minutes or 30 minutes or every time the file opens up. This is where you make the selection. I'm going to click on every time the file opens up, and I'm going to change that to every 10 minutes. So we don't have to do that manually every time we want to refresh our data. So go ahead and click on OK to save the changes, and here we are. I hope you enjoyed this session of web querying in Microsoft Excel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.